guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing good and having a great weekend. I have been pretty busy and it's been hard to keep up with social media, but here I am with the fountain pen collection video. It's about time since I've done one of these. It's been maybe about 5 months or 6 months. I'm not quite sure, but I will link the video up above. And since then I have added quite a few fountain pens to my collection, so I think this is finally a good time to do it. So let's get started. This is not going to be like an order, and it will not include the pens that I actually don't use that was gifted to me. I think there's 2 that is in my previous video, my previous fountain pen video that I don't use, but it's in my collection, but it's not like rotating or anything. This is the mass majority of my pens that I do use. First of all, this is Girologio, I think is called. It's made in India and I got this from Goulet Pens, and this is a beautiful case and I am so happy I ended up going with this one. It holds 24 fountain pens in here, and so far it's holding up great. I've had it for I think 3 months now, and it's great. So let's get started. So I guess I will start on the left side here, and I'll just like turn it around. Let's see, some of these are inked up currently because I'm using it. I just like put it back in for the video, but there's no order here, but I'll start from the left side. So let's see. This is Noodler's fountain pen here, and it is, I don't remember, I think it's is it the Ahab or something? I don't even remember, but I've had so much problems with this one. Like, it burps a lot, and I realigned the nib, I put it back in, I tried whatever I can, and I've had this for a while. I purchased this when I was sort of like, I guess, a newbie still. I mean, I still kind of am, but like, well, I guess I've learned a lot since then. I've been, I have to say, I've been using fountain pens for about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, so I have learned a lot, and I don't know, I still don't like this pen. It just burps. And I've really taken it apart and everything, tinkered with it, and still I'm not enjoying this. So yeah, but it's in my collection here, which I don't really use for that one. But this next one, this is Sailor Le Cool. This is my first Sailor pen, and I wanted to try Sailor brand, and this was like an entry-level pen, although the nib does not represent like their regular lineup at all. This nib is a very cheap regular nib. So if you like want to experience the Sailor like golden nib and stuff, like this doesn't even come close to it. So I mean, but I do like the look of it and the size of it. It's like a regular Sailor size pen, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it when I first got it, but now that I have my Sailor gold nib, I am always using that. So, but I still love this pen, so it's still in my collection here. Okay, so, oh, and that was in the fine nib. Most of my pens are in the fine nib, but most recently I started getting extra fine. And then this next one is, the brand is Happy MT. This is the Lily of the Valley pen. Well, that's what it's known as on, it's all over Instagram, the later of last year, and it is beautiful. This is it's in the Schmidt nib, and I'm not really sure what number. I'm not really well versed in the nib sizes or anything, but it's not huge or anything. And yeah, it's really cute, and I don't use it that much. I feel like ever since I got my Sailor, it's hard for me to buy another fountain pen that's not a Sailor. I know a lot of you feel the same way. So yeah, all of these, my most recent purchase was Sailor Mini and Pelikan. So I'll get into that when I get into it, but yeah, so I got this like last year, I believe. And then the next one, this was a find, I saw it on someone's video like maybe 3 years ago, and they had this, and at the time I went to eBay to look at it, but they didn't have any. But then I came across it on eBay when I was looking at like vintage fountain pens, and I don't know, I just typed in like fountain pens, and then this showed up. This is the Lavender Cafe Oolate, and it's in the fine, and this is a really smooth nib. I like it, and it's very comfortable to hold and has a nice weight to it. That's what I like about this pen. So I also love the detailing on the top here and at the bottom when it matches. I really like that. If you can see that, it's like a little, I don't know, button or something. Not button, but it's not like completely just flat. But I really like this, and I don't know, the color is just gorgeous. I believe I did an unboxing of this on my channel, so I will also link that if I can find it. But yeah, I got this last year as well, and it was a great find. So yeah, I'm so glad I have that in my collection. So the next one is, okay, so this is my Twsbi Eco. This was my first ever fountain pen, and I think I got this probably 4 years ago or 5 years ago. I really don't remember. I'm not good with like when exactly I purchased these, but I have inked this up last year for the whole year with Yamabudo. You can still see the stain of the ink there. But I mean, it's just like a little stain. Like there's no actual ink in there, so I'm okay with that. But I mean, maybe I didn't rinse it out as great as I thought. But yeah, so this was great. Like it's so reliable. It's such a reliable writer, and I don't have any, you know, hard starts or anything. It's really served its purpose for me, and I love it so much that I did end up getting the Twsbi Diamond Mini, which is on the other side of the case. But yeah, this will never get rid of because it's my first fountain pen that I bought myself, and I was really into the demonstrator. I loved watching the ink slosh around in this one, and that's how I guess I got into fountain pens, because it was so cool. Yeah. And then, yeah, so this is the Pelikan that I purchased for my birthday this year. And I do have an unboxing of it. And it's my most expensive pen so far. And I absolutely love it. And unfortunately, the extra fine nib, which is this one, it runs very, like, it writes really broad, and it writes like a broad nib, not even a medium, I would say. So if you want to get this pen, it's really gorgeous. Definitely take a note of that. I will probably eventually send this in to grind it down to an extra fine, like a true extra fine. So or a fine, but right now it's just really broad, and I have tried I think 2 different inks already, and it's the same. I tried the right now I do have it inked up with Pilot Urshizuku Inaho, which is really like runny in here. It's a very wet nib, so that might be it. So I will, I don't know, play around with other inks too. The first ink I had in here was, might have been Ferris Wheel Press, I don't remember, but it was also like running really wet. So, and those are like more like drier inks, so I don't know. But yeah, eventually I will have to grind this down. But I don't regret purchasing that one because it's just so beautiful. It's like, anyways, and then the next one here is, this was passed down from my grandmother to my dad, and now my dad gave it to me. And this is the Parker 75, I believe. And I have inked it up before, and I used it quite a few times. And but it was so hard to like clean out the squeeze converter, so I don't want to deal with that anymore, and it's very delicate, so I would rather just, I don't know, I cleaned it up a bit, polished it up a bit. It was sort of like getting a little like old and rusty, but yeah, I think that's, you know, the extent that I'm going to mess with it, and I don't think I will ink it up anytime soon or anything like that. But this is a very special piece, sentimental one in my collection. So it sits in here. And another favorite here is also purchased in 2021. This is Esterbrook Junior, what's it called? This is the pumpkin latte. And yeah, I really wanted like a brown pen at the time. Like I was really getting into brown inks and everything, and I didn't have like a brown fountain pen. So I saw this when it came out, and I just loved it. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, look at that. So yeah, so I did end up looking on Wonder Pens, but they were sold out because I was too slow, and I had to get this from a US company. So yeah, it's like, it has like a, it's like, well, I get to like turn 6 times. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, 4. So I don't mind that, but 3 times would have been sufficient. But anyways, it's very, very comfortable, the grip here, and this is in the extra fine, and the nib is gorgeous. I love that. This is a steel gold nib, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, and I just love the detailing there. And I used it quite a lot last year, and I think I'm going to be back using it again. I just love this fountain pen. Oh, and I have to let you guys know that this nib has given me a lot of problems the first few months that I got it. But after doing some research about like the problems, it seemed like this pen, people have problems with hard starts while they're writing. Like I would write like and pause for like 5 seconds, and it would not start, like, and it kept doing that. Like, it was driving me insane. But people said to just flush it out with water, because it could be silicone grease from the factory that's stuck in the feed. So I did it the first time, and it fixed the problem for me. But then after like a few hours, it started doing it again. So the next few days, I flushed it out twice in a row. And I flushed it with water, by the way, like warm water. And ever since then, it's been doing pretty good for me. Like it hasn't like come back or anything. And so I don't have a problem with it anymore. But just so you know that I will not repurchase this pen, like another version of it again. And I would just keep this one, because I don't want to deal with that whole issue of it like hard starting. Like, it was very, very frustrating. Every like 2 seconds of a pausing when you're writing, you pause and it wouldn't start, and then you would have it like tap tap tap, it just wouldn't start. It drove me insane. But unfortunately, that's what happened with this one. And that's my only Esterbrook pen. And I don't know, I'm just like kind of turned off by that. I mean, but I still love the beautiful resin on that. Next one was my 2021 birthday pen. I don't know, I guess I'm making it like a tradition where my birthday I pick a pen, you know. Anyways, so yeah. So this is the Pilot Elite, or was it ES? Oh my gosh, my memory. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, it's known as Pilot Elite in Japan, but sorry guys, I had a really bad sleep last night and I couldn't fall asleep. So like I woke up like really late, yeah, I still haven't really had like coffee or anything. Dark red color, burgundy, sorry, it's burgundy, and this was so special to me because this is my first gold nib, guys, and I couldn't be happier with this pen. It really is such a good price point for a first gold nib if you want to get into that. And it's just so compact and so vintagey looking. When I first saw this like on someone's like video, I just fell in love with it and said, what is this pen? And look how gorgeous the nib is. It just looks like a fingernail, but I think it still looks really, really cute. And this is a 14K gold here, and it's in the fine nib. Yeah, so I just love it. And yeah, just the only thing that I have to say about this one, like it poses really nice. The only thing I have to say is when I'm writing, you have to be careful not to like go like hold it down here, because if you do, the ink will get on your fingers. So that's the only thing with this pen. And the other thing, well, I lied, there's another thing. I heard that it scratches really easily. So if you're keeping it in your pocket, don't do that. Like in a jeans pocket, it will scratch up the shell here. It's because it's like a really silky smooth finish, and it's so delicate that like if you put it like next to another pen, it will like scratch the surface, and with time you will see like tiny micro scratches all around the casing, and I don't want to do that. So I'm always like very careful with this this pen, but it's so beautiful, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone that wants to buy or try gold nib. So the price point is great on this one. So yeah, I love that one. And yeah, the next one is my Pilot Decimo, and this is in the gray mica color, and this was purchased from eBay from Japan. And so the packaging was a little different from the US versions because it came from Japan. It came with a different like cartridge converter. No, I think it was a cartridge, but this is basically one of my favorite mechanisms, and it's so unique, and I'm so glad. It took me a long time to like kind of like decide to purchase this pen, but I wanted the rose gold ever since I saw it at the Toronto Pen Show, which is Scriptus. I saw it, and it was, I think it was 3 years ago. Nope, it was 4 years ago, guys. I was there, and I walked by this stall, like someone's like stall, the table they had, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this pen? I said, oh my god, can I like touch it? She's like, yeah, go ahead. And then I picked it up, and it was the rose gold one, and I was like, wow, the colors just got me, right? Because I was so into rose gold at the time. And then I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. And so I just knew that I had to, you know, look more into this pen, but I didn't buy this until 3 years later, which is funny. But yeah, because it was like, it's not cheap, right? So I had to really think about my purchase. But yeah, so when this pen like dries up, it is a bit hard to clean. The nib is really, really thin and small, and yeah, it's pretty delicate inside. But other than that, oh, I got this in the fine, I believe. Yeah, and I'm so glad I did not go for extra fine in this, because this already feels needlepoint thin on paper when you write. It's really pointy, and it just feels like it's a very fine point fountain pen. So if you go for like an extra fine, it might be too needle-like for you, or like not scratchy, but like it might have too much feedback, even though it's very smooth and it's a Pilot. It's known for their smooth nibs, and yeah, I'm happy I went with a fine in this one. Yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. This video is getting too long already, and I might be running out of batteries. But this is my second Lamy. I had another one, which is an all-star in the purple, and I swapped it in the Reddit group. And this one is the other one that I have, which is the limited edition. I think it's called Pink, Rose Pink or something like that. I don't remember because I have a really bad memory, but this one is something that I'll keep in my collection, and I use it to study, like write study notes. As you can see, the cap's kind of dirty, but I was using this, and I don't know if I think I cleaned it out. I did clean this out. Okay, good. So I have a really love-hate relationship with Lamy nibs, because I have had to buy replacement nibs because the one that came with it really was scratchy. And so I think I'm a little turned off by that, but I don't know if I do like the strawberry and cream that they came out with, so I might get the cream one because I like the color, but I'm still on the fence. Next one I have is the Twsbi Platinum, and this one is like very impressive to me because I can keep like ink in here forever and it will still write and it will not dry out because it has a sealing mechanism in the inside of the cap right there. You can see there's a plastic little cover that goes over the nib, and it's like spring loaded. It's like spring loaded right there. So that is pretty cool, and this is great when you want to keep something in here like the ink that you don't use that often. But yeah, so this is perfect, and this was a budget fountain pen. Okay, so now that we're done with this side, let's go over and finish the other side. Okay, so oh my gosh, this video is getting long. Okay, first you will see I have a shark in here that I have inked up, and hopefully it's not dry, but in my like Secret Santa swap in the Reddit group, like I was gifted a shark, but like the inside was really nasty and the color all dried up. So I was tempted to just buy my own shark. This was like a $3 pen from AliExpress, and yeah, so I got the gold one, and I want to use this for like study notes. So it is currently inked up right now, and I find that these are really good to just like give away to people if you want to penable anyone at work. So I feel like having like a shark can never hurt. Oh, and I bought like a dark gray one for my partner, and I haven't given it to him yet, but I will surprise him with it one day. And it's very hard to penable him, but I'm going to try. So okay, so let's see here. How do I want to do this? I think I'll just keep it like this. At the top is all of my Kawecos, and guys, I have like this many. I don't need another Kaweco, so I did not purchase the new iridescent pearl Kaweco because this white one here is very similar. Well, it's not the same thing, but it's like a little like on the same like color spectrum. I mean, this is like white. It's also like a bit frosted, so I went against my will and I did not purchase the pearl. This is not saying that I never will, but like I really don't need another Kaweco and I need to start using. I do use my Kaweco. I have this one inked up currently with Sailor ink. I think it's 252 or something. And then this one, I love the macchiato. This is the color. And this one I have inked up with Colorverse Brunch Date, my favorite ink right now, which I still need to get a bottle of. It's inked up in this one, and honestly, the nibs on the Kawecos are very decent, and the price point, you can't go wrong, and you can like just don't have to worry about using this pen, like because I didn't like pay like hundreds of dollars for these. So I like having a Kaweco around. This one is a limited edition. This one was last year's green olive, and I absolutely fell in love with it when I saw it. That's why I purchased it. I knew I had to have it. So yeah, I'm trying to like really only buy things that I love right away. Like I know I have to have it. If I don't like the pearl is beautiful, but I don't know, it's a little more on the bluish side, and I'm not really a blue person, so I didn't get it. This one is weird though. This one is a fine nib, but it writes like a medium, so I need to get a gold nib in the extra fine for this one. So that's why I haven't really used it on a regular basis. I need to get the extra fine nib, but it is gorgeous and I am loving it. And then I have the Mandarin. This is not inked up. And then I have this one that is one of my first Kawecos. Is it? Yeah. And this is a little dirty, and because I have used it extensively when I first got into fountain pens, and I love it. And I really dirtied up. The dried ink was all over the inner cap, but finally I was able to use the like a pencil, the back of a pencil eraser, and just pulled it out. So that was a headache, but I finally got that done after 2 years. So yeah, that's my Kawecos, and I'm really trying not to buy another one. And then one of my favorite fountain pens is the Traveler's Company brass fountain pen. This I purchased in Japan at the airport, and honestly, this is one of my all-time favorite fountain pens to use. The nib is great, writes smoothly for me. I have no problems. I love the look of the nib. It's very, I don't know, it's very classic. Not much design on it, but it's very classic. The body is just really compact. I don't have to worry about it being scratched, and it just goes with all my notebooks. So I just love it, and I love the weight of it as well. I love the patina of the brass. There's nothing to complain about this pen. Look at the nib. It's very beautiful, very plain and simple. I love that, and the shape of it is just very beautiful. What do you call that? Anyways, yeah, I just love the shape of it. Oh, there's a bit of ink on that, but this is cleaned out already, I believe. The only problem is you can't really have a lot of like converters or anything in here, so you have to use like this. I'm using this Kaweco empty cartridge in here that I cleaned out, and that's the only thing that will fit in here for me. So yeah, this is such a great pen, guys. Love it. Next up is my Twsbi Diamond Mini, and oh shoot, did I just lose the ring again? Oh gosh. So guys, just be careful when you buy this pen, because this ring I lost once, So I lost it last year around Christmas time. Like I noticed that it was gone and it wouldn't cap properly. And then I actually had to order, or I called Twsbi and, I sent them an email and they said they would send it to me, like a few rings, like the whole unit. The unit they sent me was, I think it was a few two rings, and then this actual unit here, because it's like it comes with it. So they sent it to me. They said I don't have to pay for it, but the shipping was about $11, $12 Canadian. But it took about 3 weeks and then it got here. And yeah, so, but then it's like after 3 months, I found this on the ground. And I don't know, I was looking everywhere for it, like under my carpets, under my table. I was looking for it everywhere before I ordered it from them. And then it showed up again. After I got my replacement, it showed up. But that's how things go, right? But yeah, I love this pen. It's actually really smooth and it's probably the most reliable writer I have. Twsbis are known for that. I just love it. And I love how you can, there's a screw end cap here and, screw post. Anyways, I just love it. This is in the extra fine and I have to go quickly because the video is, so just be careful that when you guys, don't lose the O-ring. And then I have my most favorite pen, surprisingly. This is a Sailor Mini and Pro Gear Mini in the rose taupe, and I absolutely love this pen. I didn't know when I bought this, I didn't know I would love it this much. I absolutely love this. It's just so beautiful and so classic looking, and rose taupe is one of my favorite colors, and to have one of my favorite colors in a fountain pen, guys, is a dream. The nib writes so smooth and the feedback on the paper is so smooth. It's such a great kind of feedback. I love it so much that, oh my gosh, it just writes so good on the MD notebook paper. Oh my gosh, like seriously highly recommend it. This one I think came out in 2020 and I was late to the game. I purchased this just in January. Oh no, it arrived on New Year's Eve, this pen for me. So absolutely love it. I have it inked up right now with I think a J Urban, the tea leaves ink, but I absolutely love this pen. So love that. And then this one is the Kakuno Extra Fine, and I purchased this a long time ago, and I just have a Kaweco clip on it. And I don't like this pen because it is hairline thin. I don't like it to be that thin. Definitely feedback is there, but it's definitely like way too thin for me. So I think I'll be using this for sketching and stuff. Like if I need to do fine detailing with black ink, I will use this pen. Then I have this one from AliExpress. This is glass nib pen, but I just recently switched it out with it's the Delight nib. So this is the Delight pen, and I used it to do my swatches, but ever since I received the new Sailor dip pen, I don't see myself using this anymore. So I took out the glass nib and now I put an actual fine nib in here, and I have never inked it up or used this nib before. It comes in a set, guys, and I don't know, I just haven't used it, so it sits in there. And then this one is from this is from Jinhao. This is Jinhao. I forgot the model name, but yeah, this one has like a hooded nib, and surprisingly this writes really well. It's not one of my favorite pens to use because it's pretty lightweight. It's really light. And I don't know, I think the cover doesn't very fit the aesthetics very well. I don't really like that, but I do like the wood. So but I don't use this often anymore, and yeah, so it's all cleaned out. But this is something that I would probably bring to work, or, you know, maybe give away, I don't know. And then this last one here is one that I actually found at work. Someone left it behind, and it was a fountain pen, and I got excited. I was like, ooh, what fountain pen is this? And it's a stub nib, and I have only inked it once, and I think it's kind of rusting, so the quality, or it's not in great shape or anything. It doesn't have a converter or anything, but I just keep it in here, and I forgot the brand name, but it just looks like that. It's like a M. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have in my collection, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been so long since I've done a video on my fountain pens, but also this video's got way too long. But if you are still listening, thank you so much for tuning into this video. And if you have any questions about these, let me know down below. I probably won't be listing all of them because there's just so many, so just let me know if you have any questions about any of these pens, or you want me to do like an in-depth sort of like video on it, any of these pens, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.